Food has no boundaries. Everyone treasures their own cuisines, but for newcomers, food takes on other meanings. They diligently preserve their cuisine to give a taste of home to their new American home, instill the love of their home country to their children, and lastly, proudly represent their culture in our America the Beautiful. Spice and Recipe does all the above by introducing recipes from different countries enriched with human stories and comparison of tradition. Hi, I'm Mike DiGiacomo, a born and raised American and a food lover, and I invite you to join me as we discover the origins of flavor, the journey of spices, and the recipes of the world. Now, we got a great show for you, and today we're talking peppers, chili peppers, and a lot of people like me, grew up in the United States. We think of jalapeños. That's kind of what I think of. But there's a pepper out there. The Thai chili pepper is up to 15 times spicier than a jalapeno, so it packs a nice little punch. We're going to give you a quick review of the Thai chili pepper and then come back and I'll introduce you to my guests. Thai chili peppers are derivatives of red chili peppers of South America brought to Thailand in 15th and 16th century by either Portuguese, Spanish, or Indian traders. Although no one can pinpoint who introduced the plant to the region, all agree to the fact that Thai chili peppers are small in size but mighty in taste. To give a comparison, Thai peppers are 15 times spicier than jalapeños but milder than habanero peppers. There are 79 varieties of them. They generally grow about 1 to 4 inches. In colors, they range from green, orange, to bright red. Prik nu swan, or mouse-dropping chili. Called so because of the tiny size of the pod, is one of the spiciest and the most used chili peppers in that cuisine, especially in spicy salads, tom yum soups, and green curry. Another characteristic is that Thai peppers grow upward, giving the name to one of the main varieties called prik fa, chili pointing to the sky. Very decorative, this plant attracts birds as well, and giving it another name, the bird's eye chili. It also is thought that birds' droppings help spread the seeds, and today's chili peppers grow wild in the entire region, hence the number of varieties. It's advisable to wear gloves when cooking with Thai chili or to drink milk if you're overdoing eating it. The peppers can be used fresh, fried, pickled, dried, powdered, or as a paste. Be prepared to spend from about $1 per ounce for fresh chili to about $12 per ounce for powdered Thai chili pepper. Now that is a spice, isn't it? I'll tell you what, that explains why in Thailand they say, let me get this, my pet, my arroy, right? Let me introduce our two guests, Am and Mink. Good to see both of you. Did I say that right? And what does that mean?
So my pet is not spicy. So pet is spicy.
Sure.
And my is like not, and you add it in the front of the whatever word that you need to say not.
Yeah.
And then the other one, aroy, that's yummy. So when you say my aroy, that's not.
So basically, if it's not spicy, it's not good. Is that what kind of the phrase is? The kind of the phrase that it says?
My aroy.
Okay. I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. Okay, let's talk. What are we making today? Because we're using peppers, and we should have a pepper eating contest toward the end of this segment. What do you think? No, okay. See,
You can go for it.
No, we're using peppers in today's show. What are we making?
We're going to make tom yum gung. Tom refer to boiling, and then yum means mixed, gung means shrimp.
Tom yum.
Yeah.
It is the soup, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a soup.
It's a soup.
I get tom yum when I go to Thai restaurants in Omaha, so I'm familiar with this dish.
Yes.
There's a lot of ingredients here. So let's talk about, I don't know where you want to start. Can we start with the peppers? Look at these
Yes.
peppers.
So this is the bird eye chili that you were talking about earlier. So this is the whole thing. You can see how small they are.
Yeah, they are tiny. They're only about an inch and a half.
Yes, and usually the redder one is the spicier one.
Yeah.
And then we already kind of smash them into this little pile.
Yeah, and when you smash them and you get these on your fingers, you got to be careful. You don't want to touch your eyes.
Yeah,
They do,
I try not to.
Yeah, they do pack some punch. Can we talk about you first before we dive into the recipe, both of you?
Exactly.
I don't know who wants to take this question, but what brought you to the United States? And where are you from in Thailand?
I was born and raised in Bangkok, Thailand, which is the capital city of Thailand. And,
That's a big city though, isn't it?
Yes,
How big
about
is it?
I think 10 million people
10
now.
million?
8 or
Oh,
10
yeah.
million.
Yeah, it's a big
About-
city. Yeah.
And the whole country from top to bottom, I think
Yeah.
it's the same size as Nebraska.
Yeah.
So Bangkok is just a little, part in the middle.
Sure.
So I come from Bangkok, and I got my bachelor degree from Bangkok, and then I came here for master's degree.
Gotcha. How about you, Ann?
Yes, I was born in Surat Thani province in the southern part of Thailand, and then I moved to live in Bangkok when I was 12 years old. And I came to USA in 1993 for a master's degree in Art of Management at the Bayview University.
Yeah.
And I met my husband there, and we have 2 children, one boy, one girl. Aiden, 14 years old, and Anya, 11 years old.
And I love how you share the recipes with the family,
Yes.
that you've brought from your home country. That's fantastic. And
That's
how did the two of you meet, though?
We met through friends. My roommate's brother is her friend.
Yes.
So they always have, I was the new kid on the block.
Right. Well, how
I
long have you
just
been
came-
in Omaha?
22 years.
Okay, yeah.
Since 1999.
Okay.
And then when I was doing my master's degree, I came here. I didn't cook a whole lot when I was back in Bangkok.
Right.
Because my mom was a working mom.
Yeah, you
so
did the majority of your learning how to cook Thai
in
food here in the
Yes,
United
because
States.
of the desperation.
Yeah.
Because if you want to eat something, you just make it yourself. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you can't eat out all the time.
Sure, right.
And then she always invite us to to eat her food
Yeah.
at her house, and I never.
Right. So,
I
Ann,
never want to leave.
Is that who you learned how to cook from?
Yeah.
Did you teach her how to cook?
Some, yes.
A little bit?
Some,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Sometimes I'll call her up and say,
Yes.
what's your trick on this one?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
how do I make it as
Right.
good as yours?
Right. You need those partners when
Yes.
you're doing a home.
She's
good
like
home
my
cooked
big
recipe.
sister.
Good,
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to the recipe. So you have the peppers. Let's go through some of the ingredients, and we have the final product over here. I don't want to show you yet. But how do you start preparing this dish?
So first start with the herbs. So this first one, this long stem grassy thingy. This is the lemongrass.
Yeah, lemongrass.
You can smell it, and we usually, do you want to cut it?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
Do you need
so
to smash
I-
it before you cut it, or
That's
how-
correct. You
before.
need to
Cut
smash
first
it
and then
first.
smash.
So I usually cut them in like long, like
Yeah,
that.
thirds.
Yeah, like that. And then to release the flavor,
Yeah.
some of them already come out. You can use your knife. and
'Cause in
then
Thai
kind of
food,
press
this-
it like that.
This is a very popular ingredient for Thai food.
Yes. And
In my
smell it.
tom yum that I get at a couple Thai restaurants, the flavor. And then you smash it a little bit.
Yep, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then we can put this in here.
Okay. And then
cook.
so you have
And
that.
then next
And this
one-
looks like ginger root, but it's not. I thought it was ginger root when you first showed this to me.
Yeah, it's called galango. So it's the same.
Can you say that again?
Galango.
Galanco. Okay.
Yes. So this is the same family as ginger, but it's not as spicy.
Yeah.
You can smell it. It's kind of
Yeah, I-
peppery and like pine needles, kind of mixed
And you
together.
don't do you eat that, or you
No.
just basically throw it in
We
the
just
soup?
throw in the
So
soup
this
to
to
provide
get the
flavor.
flavor.
Yeah, to get the flavor in the soup, and then we already cut a few. This is kind of hard to cut, so we
Yeah.
already pre-cut it.
You pre-cut some of those. So you only 3 slices. You think that's good enough for the whole pot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should
so it's
be
very
enough.
yeah, it's very strong.
And this leafy thing, this is kaffir lamb leaves, and we don't cut them. We just kind of tear them,
Tear 'em up
like roughly,
yeah.
just like that.
And put them in.
Kind of like Italian
Yeah, that
basil.
smells.
do
Yeah,
it.
for sure. It smells fantastic.
Yeah, so like lemongrass and this kind of smell lemony.
Yeah.
It goes really good with
They do.
seafood.
It's great flavor.
Yeah, I know. We
Yeah.
love them. So these 3, we don't really eat them. We put them in the soup just to flavor the
Yeah,
soup.
yeah.
flavor the
Pull the flavors out of those.
So this one, so we don't eat this.
And
And,
then
then next
the
one,
shallot.
that's the, the chilies that we already talked about.
Yeah, let's talk about these peppers.
Yes,
the
this
Thai
is the
chili
dry
peppers.
version.
Okay, so this is
Yeah,
dried.
dry version.
This is the dried.
And you don't need to put it in the soup, but for the color,
Yeah.
you just add them at the end.
Okay,
just for
so that's
finish
just for
touch.
looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then this is the stuff that provides the heat.
Yes,
Yes.
Right?
exactly.
When I go to a Thai restaurant, they say, how hot do you want? And they say 1 to 5.
What
I
do
go,
you
so
say?
I say 3. I'm right in the middle.
That's very good. That's very
I
good.
do like spicy food. Now, if I were to eat one of those, what would happen to me? How hot is that?
You better have a glass of milk
An ambulance?
It could be.
ready. But if you're used to it, my husband is from Nebraska.
Yeah.
He can eat spicier than me, so it
Yeah,
depends on
sure.
the tolerance.
Are people in Thailand better at eating spicy foods than we are here?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like, since I've been here for 22 years, sometimes I can't take as much heat.
Right. Because
as
you
I
probably
used
don't eat
to.
it as
Not
often.
every day, yeah. Sometimes, we eat sandwiches and
Yeah.
American
Yeah.
food. So these were the two kinds of chilies that we're going to use today, the dry and then the fresh one.
Okay.
And the fresh one, we already smashed them, so we don't have to deal with them
Right, right.
today.
Right.
The next one, this is shallots. Looks like
Yeah.
little red onions, right? Do you want to
Yep.
cut them?
Yeah.
You can
Want me to slice
smash them. You
Yeah.
can cut them in half.
You just smash them.
So this will kind of add some nice, like sweet. It's milder than.
Yeah, it's not a real pungent.
No, not as
type of
pungent
onion.
as red onions. But if you can't find them, red onions totally fine. Just
Okay.
cut them in like small pieces or small chunks.
Are they hard to find?
Not really. You can find them in local your local grocery store. Can I say the name like Hy-Vee?
Sure.
Yeah, they're in like a big like mesh bag.
Okay.
And then this is the whole thing like this before you peel.
That's what it looks like to start.
Yeah. You just cut the top and then you just
Yep.
peel
It's like
them.
a small little baby onion.
Yes. And then the next thing, this is everyone knows tomato.
Yeah.
So you just kind of cut.
Do you want me to cut this one, or do you just
Sure.
need one?
Just need one.
You just need one.
That's
Okay, you
enough.
cut that one.
Okay.
Or I'll cut this while you
Yes.
run through some of the other ingredients. You want me to slice it?
Actually, you can do
I'm sure I
kind
did
of
it wrong.
quarter.
Did I
No,
do it
it's
wrong?
fine. It's fine. However you.
Oh, you want me to
can
quarter?
have.
Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
quarter them. Sorry.
Yeah.
But this is fine too.
No, you don't have to be that nice to me. I know I screwed up.
We got a guest
I
here.
messed
That's
up.
all right.
Yeah, we don't know each other that well, so.
How we can fix
Okay,
it.
just like that?
Yep.
Yep.
And this will add, this is kind of like our secret ingredients, right?
Yeah.
Because it adds some natural sweetness to the soup.
Yeah.
Some people add a little bit of sugar, but
Okay,
we
yeah.
add tomatoes
Yeah, for sure.
to the soup. And then it adds
Yeah.
some nice color to the soup too.
How traditional is this dish that you're making today? Is it very similar to how it's made in Thailand?
Yes.
Yeah. You haven't changed it to
No.
fit with how the American taste buds are, or have
No,
you?
No.
we're gonna have to have all of this for the tom yum. You know,
Yeah.
if we miss one of them, it's not gonna taste good.
Yeah. You can substitute some like shallots. You can do red onions, but this is the main. If you go to a Thai restaurant, they probably
Yeah.
do exactly the same thing.
Okay.
And then this next one, this is a beautiful oyster mushrooms. You
Yeah.
can see this.
Where do those come from?
Oh, we found them from the Asian grocery store here
Yeah.
in town. So this one you can
I've
just
never seen these
cut
style
them
mushrooms.
in
I never
half.
cooked with them. Maybe I've seen
Yeah,
them.
and if you can't find them, you can use any mushrooms, like regular
Sure.
button mushrooms.
Yeah.
the
And I see a
same.
big pot over there. We'll get to that in a second. Do we just combine all these ingredients?
We
Yes.
put them, the pot, but there's like a little steps that we kind of have to follow.
Okay.
Like shrimp, we put shrimp last because
Okay.
we don't want them to be overcooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can use any protein. You can use chicken.
That's
Sometimes
correct.
you use sometimes you use like pork ribs.
Okay.
Or the fish.
Yeah, no,
You can
yeah.
use fish too,
Sure, any
like
kind of- yeah.
salmon fish, any kind of fish.
And then cilantro. This is, everyone knows cilantro in a lot of Mexican food. So
Yeah.
we already chop them up, just roughly chop, and
Okay.
then put them in the soup to garnish. In the
Well,
end.
okay, so what's the next step into making the soup?
Oh,
So we
okay,
have
let
the
me-
hot water boiling over there,
She
right?
can tell you about
Yeah.
all these sauces.
So
Oh,
we
yeah.
add the broth to the pot, and then we add the salt.
So that's
salt.
salt. And then
Salt goes in first
Yeah,
into the
first
pot.
Salt.
and then
and then-
this is fish sauce. Do you want to tell them about fish sauce?
Yeah, tell
Yes,
us about
and the
that.
fish sauce. This fish sauce is like
Yes.
I snuck
It's
the bottle. I
similar-
saw you poured out of this bottle, and I went and grabbed the bottle.
Right, right.
Like, we gotta show the fine people of Omaha what this is, because it's a fish sauce.
Yes.
Take a look.
fish
I don't know
sauce.
which camera, but take a look at it. It's a fish sauce, and you get this at
From
a
the
specialty grocery store.
Asian
the Asian
The Asian
grocery
store?
store. Yes,
Yeah, this is good stuff, and it does.
it's similar to the Italian anchovy.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't smell
But-
great. It's
but-
not
No,
it's not
no.
a.
A little
Yeah,
bit, a little bit
but-
goes a long way.
It
Yeah.
adds umami flavor to the soup,
Yeah.
and nothing can replace this sauce.
Yeah,
so
no,
we
for
have
sure.
to use it.
Yes.
Okay, so you can get that at a specialty store.
Yep.
Yes. And then next one.
And then the next one is called nam prik pao. That's which made from the dry chim and dry chili.
Is this something that you make, or is it you buy it this
No,
way?
it's-
You can make it too, but we buy it, you
Sure.
know, because it take a lot of time
seems
to
like a lot of
make
work,
it.
yeah.
A lot of work, yeah. So we buy it, and this one it will add the color and the nice flavor to the soup.
Yeah.
It's not spicy.
It's
Sure,
not
okay.
spicy, but it looks like spicy, but it's not.
It looks scary. Or anything red, right? It looks scary.
And
Then, yes.
And
then
this
I'm
is like
gonna
a-
stir to
Okay,
make
so-
sure that the sauce
You blend those.
is blend to
blend
the
those together.
stock.
And then
Yes.
basically bring it to a boil.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you
And
add
then
all these
we add all
vegetable
the-
ingredients in.
These herbs and
These
then
are
tomato. You can
Oh, let's
add them
throw
at
'em in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
So
we're
we
getting.
add all
I mean, I
this
feel like this
that
is
we
gonna-
prepare
Oh,
earlier.
it's Thai
together.
food is generally very simple.
Yeah,
to,
it doesn't seem that
to
difficult.
cook. We spend more time prepping
Yes.
and cleaning the
Chopping
vegetable.
and prepping the
So
vegetables.
after that's
Mushroom.
done, it would take just a few minutes.
We
and
can
then-
add the mushroom
With the
now.
mushrooms?
Yep.
I'll bring
And
those
then
over to
add
you.
the mushroom.
Thank
and
you.
And now if you use chicken, you will add chicken before mushroom because it takes longer for chicken to cook.
Yeah.
But for shrimp or seafood, you add the seafood last
Okay.
because you don't want them to be overcooked.
Do we need to add anything else at this point?
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Yeah, just
So
wait
we'll
until.
let that cook a little bit. In the meantime, I want to talk about the Thai community in Omaha. You guys have been a part of it for well over 2 decades. How big? I know. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't phrase it in terms of decades. But how big is the community here in Omaha?
Not very big.
Not very
I'd say.
big.
No.
It would be if in Omaha, but if in Nebraska, it might be 1,000. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not as big as the big city. 'Cause,
Sure.
usually Thai students, they'll come to like the places like bigger city, Chicago in the Midwest,
Yeah.
or New York, LA, and a lot of people in LA. We even have Thai
Yeah.
town in LA because the climate is similar to Bangkok.
Sure.
Hot and humid. So
Yeah.
people goes to they tend to go to wherever they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
We pick Midwest.
No, I get it. I
For
know.
some reason.
I don't know why you guys did that, but you did. Well, that's another story. When you go to restaurants in Omaha, if you go to Thai restaurants specifically, do you have certain Thai restaurants you like? Because I'm very picky when it comes to Italian restaurants, right? It's got to be a certain kind of Italian restaurant that I like.
We have a couple, but
Yeah.
honestly, when people ask me this question, my answer it's always at Anne's house.
At Ant's, yeah.
Yeah, because
the
it's hard to find the Thai food the way that I like, so that's why I start to learn to cook my own Thai food.
Right.
And
Everything's fresh. Thai restaurants are good too. We have a couple. That's
Yeah,
good.
we have a couple
Can we
that's
say our
good.
favorites?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we can.
Who do you like?
Can we
I don't want to hurt
can we
that
say the names of
feeling.
restaurants? We can say the names of restaurants.
I love Sawin.
So,
Yes,
okay, yeah. So
Sawin.
on
There are
Pas-
I think 4 locations.
There's some great Thai restaurants in Omaha. How's that coming? What else do we need to do to prep for that to get it ready?
I think that's it. We just add shrimp and
Shrimp.
then
And then,
we'll
yes.
turn it off after that, and then we add all the seasoning,
Seasoning.
all this last
Yeah.
4.
The Thai people, do they typically eat 3 meals a day?
Yes, we always eat 3 meals because we have a lot of food everywhere, and then we don't
I
have
like
to cook.
that. We have food everywhere.
And we have the food everywhere, and we don't have to cook if we don't want to.
Does the family get involved? At my house, I do most of the cooking. I try to get the kids involved.
Yes.
Try to get the wife involved. It doesn't always happen that way. Do families get together and cook?
So when I was in Bangkok, when I grew up, my mom was a working mom, but we have like a stay-home nanny. So they were always in the kitchen cooking breakfast before everyone woke up.
Yeah.
And then same thing after school when we were doing homework, they will start preparing dinner, and we just eat as a family,
Right.
eat dinner together. But
Yeah.
over the weekend, we usually all helping them with prepping. You can see like there are so
Yeah,
many
I mean, it's
things.
a lot of work to put all this
chopping.
together,
Yeah,
yeah.
so we help them clean the vegetable, and she always have me do the garlic,
Right.
peel the garlic and all that stuff. And you can't just smash them. Sometimes you have
Right.
to like peel them one by
Yeah,
one.
the
So
peeling.
helping with the prepping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
Dad, he's always in charge of like grilling. We
Yeah.
grill a lot of
I
seafood.
mean, that's how it is at
and
our house.
meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to the food, is there? I know the family helps out a little bit, but when we've talked food, what other traditions have Thai people brought to the city of Omaha?
Well, food, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
You can see that there are like a lot of Thai restaurants now comparing to back in, how many years have you been here?
28 years.
Yeah, back
so
then we only
before
had like one
we
or
have a
two.
couple Thai restaurant like
Right.
Thai pepper, Thai spice, and now we have like over 10 restaurants in Omaha.
Yeah.
So I thought we
And
brought Thai food.
we
here.
always-
Omaha's palates
Right.
have been expanded over the
Yes,
years. I mean,
yes.
it was a meat and potatoes type of town for many years, but it's expanded significantly out of that.
And we also have Thai temple in Omaha. Yeah, we just have one Thai temple.
Okay, so that's got to cook a little bit more. We'll let that cook, but I do have the finished product over here. So this is how it's served. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and tell us how all those spices have blended together in there. What's the flavor? Oh yeah, we need some rice. We got some
You talk about
rice.
the flavor.
And so how do you eat this? Do you scoop it onto the rice?
So we have two
Yeah.
things over here. This one already have some rice noodle on the bottom. So you can make it like a noodle soup,
Yeah.
after the food's
You can
hot.
see the shrimp in there though.
Yeah.
It just looks
Yeah.
The
gorgeous.
shrimp, yeah.
And the colors, you can see
Right. This is all from the nam prik
Nam prik
pao.
pao.
That
Yeah.
one you can see all of this chili oil on the top. That's very pretty. And then a little bit of tomatoes and this dry chili. You can see
the
that
dried
over
chili
here.
pepper. Yeah, but that is the spice. when you dry it, is it not as spicy? Or is it still
It's
spicy?
a little bit spicy,
Yeah.
but
It's
it
milder.
make aroma of
Yeah.
the chili
Sure.
to the soup.
You don't really eat
it
that
will
part of
taste
it.
different. Yes.
You don't eat that part of it, you push it
You
aside?
You can eat too. Some people they eat.
Some people do?
Yes,
Yeah.
if they like spicy.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Am, go ahead and eat it. Go ahead and eat the pepper.
Are you
Am, I'll let
sure?
you eat the pepper.
Are you sure? Yes, I
this
can eat
one
the
is with
pepper.
jasmine
And this
rice.
one with the jasmine rice,
Just like soup. and
just like
rice.
soup with the rice, just like in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Would you like
And
to try?
I would
or-
love to try.
Yes, we
Thai
can
food is
try.
some of my favorite foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Let me
love
take it
Thai food.
And
I love
then-
Italian food too, but sorry,
thank you.
gotta go with
Yeah.
Thai.
I know.
Since you're from
I
Thailand.
know I
you
love
can
Thai, I got to go with Italian, so we'll just agree to disagree on that.
Yeah, you can
But
try some.
I'll try that. Can I try that?
Yeah.
Did you make it spicy?
Yeah.
A
1 to 5. 1 to 5. Just 1 to 5.
I don't think it's really spicy.
Okay, we'll find
but
out.
you can try.
Where's the milk? No, just kidding. It's good. Yes. That's very
Fantastic.
good. Yeah.
Here comes the heat right now. Here it comes.
You need some water?
It's fantastic. Everybody can make this at home,
Yes.
right? Okay. Why don't you guys talk while
And
I clear my
I
throat?
think the soup's almost done. So the last step, this is just, some already peeled shrimp.
shrimp?
So we just
You-
add it in the end after
Yeah, just raw
everything's
shrimp.
cooked. Yeah, just raw shrimp.
The tail's on, it's been deveined.
Yes.
shelled,
Yes.
Yeah.
You can take the tails off, like my husband, he doesn't like tails.
Yeah.
But
My wife's the same way.
it looks
She's like,
prettier.
why'd you cook it with the tail on? I said, well, that's just how you
It's
do it.
pretty.
because
Yeah.
you have to it look pretty on the
Okay.
dishes.
And then wait until the shrimp's done. Do you know how to tell when the shrimp's done?
When it's not white.
Exactly.
That's
When it's
correct.
pink.
Kind of
When
like
it
that.
turns
Yes,
pink.
when it's
perfect.
pink. When
But
it's
you don't
pink.
want to be overcooked for the shrimp, otherwise it will be tough to eat.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you have to make sure.
Yeah. So after everything's cooked, you turn the heat off.
And then we can
Right?
serve it up. But we'll
Not
let
yet. We have a little bit.
Oh, we
of-
got more stuff to put
Yes.
in. Oh, let's put that
Yeah.
stuff in.
So this is
Let's finish
kinda
this
like,
bad boy.
Just like every grandma and every mom,
Yeah.
they have their secret ingredients for every
Is this-
recipe.
is this
This
it?
is kind of our secret ingredients. This is the evaporated
Evaporated
milk.
milk.
Evaporated
But
milk.
if you don't have evaporated milk, you can replace with the heavy cream or
Just a
coconut
little
milk.
bit,
Great.
not a lot.
Yeah.
It adds
So we
some
can add
richness
some-
to the soup.
I'll tell you what, the crew here is going to love you guys after this cooks down because it smells delicious in here.
Yeah, and we haven't added the spicy chili yet.
Hold on. It's the pepper. I told you this is a segment about peppers.
Yes. And then after it's cooked, you turn off the heat. Now we're gonna keep seasoning it with fresh lime juice.
Okay.
And we don't add it at the beginning because I think sometimes it tastes bitter
Yeah.
if you
Yes.
add lime juice.
It gives it that little
This is fresh.
pop it needs.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Bright. Add
Okay.
some brightness to
We're
the
regaining my
soup.
composure over here. What
And
else do you
then,
need?
Of course, this
The
chili.
smashed chili, yeah.
How much would you like?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a couple.
Maybe
And then the
not.
cilantro, I'll pass
Since
the
he
cilantro
can
down for
handle
you.
the spicy,
He
I
needs
will
more
put
of
a
those?
tiny bit.
And then do we need these? Or
We
done?
already put those.
Okay,
in,
you're good.
Yeah. So
Okay.
That dried
And then
chili.
we have
and then
That's
seasoning
fantastic. We're going to let that cook down because we're running out of time here, but really appreciate you guys coming in. And if you'd like the recipe out there while she stirs this up, you can go to newamericansmedia.com. While there, make sure you subscribe to the media platforms because it's all right there for you. This is fantastic. Thai is some of my favorite food. The peppers, they'll get you. They'll sneak up on you if you put too much in. I go three, okay? Thanks for coming in, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Again, go to the website if you want this recipe. Go out there and have a great day, OMA.